Welcome back to the Raiders franchise, guys. My name is Matthew, and I am co-hosting here with Paul, and we are coming to you from Highmark Stadium, where our Las Vegas Raiders are taking on the Buffalo Bills, a AFC powerhouse. After the Raiders got demolished by their division rivals, the Denver Broncos, they're looking to bounce back, and Jimmy Garoppolo is playing in today's game, so we'll see how he does with that ankle injury. So, Paul, hopefully our team bounces back, but this is a very tough game. And what do you expect from Jimmy Garoppolo with his injury to his ankle?
I think Jimmy Garoppolo is going to have a lot of pressure on him yet again, and even more than the first game, especially coming back from what was a devastating loss with a backup quarterback for more than half of the game. And now, Jimmy Garoppolo is really going to have to step up against his strong Buffalo defense and secondary and see what he can do here on the road.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to be seeing the Raiders defense first as the Buffalo Bills did elect to receive, and Cole is off. We are off in this game, and hopefully our defense can step up to start the game after they had an abysmal week one. Here he is, potential Super Bowl, not Super Bowl, but MVP and potentially a Super Bowl quarterback here in Josh Allen. The Bills are coming off of a week one loss, but he didn't play too bad, but it wasn't a Josh Allen type performance. And so
One of the
the
best quarterbacks in the league.
Bills are coming out with two receivers to the right, and Allen's doing play action, and he's going out to the fullback who picks up a first down, and that's not a good start. The Raiders are already giving up first downs, and they could not get off the field last week. They need to turn that around this week. 2nd and 10, and Allen, he's rolling around, and he hooks up with Stephon Diggs. This is a guy, Jerry Jeudy had crushed us last week with I believe, 4 touchdowns. Stephon Diggs on a whole nother level. What do you think are the Raiders' goal in trying to stop him? As the first down is ran there by Damian Harris, and that's another thing. That run defense was horrible last week.
They're not going to be able to stop Stephon Diggs completely. What they're going to have to do is limit his completions and run after catch. I mean, the yards after catch are going to kill him with Stephon Diggs. As that one stumped out to the outside, good play there to limit the yardage. It's 2nd and 11 now.
I think the best thing the Raiders could do is hopefully hold this team to a lot of field goals. Allen's back in the shotgun, and he goes over the middle there to Jarvis Landry. They had added him, I guess, in the preseason to be a slot receiver. That's a great addition for this team. So now Allen's got 3 tight ends to the left, and he does play action, and he's going to Dawson Knox. And this is just looking just like last week, Paul.
Beautifully executed play action there by Josh Allen. Fooled the entire defense and left Dawson Knox right across the middle open for an
Now
easy completion.
and over the middle, and Damian Harris cut over the middle to the left, and he's already got 20 yards, and hopefully the Raiders can get off the field here. It's 3rd and goal. This is a big play, and Allen, and he's going to roll to the left. Chandler Jones is giving chase, and Allen throws it away. So that's exactly what we were saying. They need to hold the Bills to field goals if they want to have any chance in this game, because they're not going to stop them from gaining yards. But inside the 20s is where the Raiders can do their damage. So holding them to 3, in my opinion, is definitely a win to start this game. And hopefully Jimmy Garoppolo in this offense could do more than last week, because once he left, even when he was in, it just fell apart. Nice little return there by Abdullah. And so do you think Jimmy Garoppolo is going to really be able to do much with his ankle injury?
I think even before his ankle injury, he was underperforming. He was missing a lot of open guys, can't put the ball in the right spots, and he was 8 for 17, missing more than 50% of his passes. Not exactly the ideal start to his season, but we get underway for week 2.
Yeah, Garoppolo goes there. That's a nice little completion. Get him in rhythm out to Myers. In my opinion, this is a better defense than the Bronco defense, and that defense crushed us. So it's going to be interesting to see how they stop this Bills defense or try and work around their front seven. Their secondary is just all elite. As Garoppolo goes over the middle to Adams, who can't hold on.
Missed an open corner route there on the left side. Bad read by Garoppolo.
This is a big 3rd down. After your defense held the Bills to 3, you got to convert. Garoppolo has a guy in motion, and on 3rd and 6, Garoppolo goes back to Adams, who beats Tre'Davious White. That is a big-time catch, and that's another great matchup. Adams was against Surtain last week, and this week is Tre'Davious White, so it doesn't get easier. But they do get a chain of... And Allen gets sacked. Another just negative play for this offense. This offense, they need to combat the negative plays as it's 3rd and 20 and your drive's pretty much done. Dumps it out to Jacobs, who has a chance, but the Bills are all over him.
Not much you can do there as a play caller. It's 3rd and 20. You want to send a hope and a prayer, or do you want to just dump it down? That's exactly what they did.
So Allen's second drive now. It's 2nd and 10 and over the middle, and that was a dangerous pass. The Raiders trying to force their first interception of the season, and they were there, but they got to make the play.
Yeah, they didn't seem to have a heads-up play there. Kind of just wanted to go for the tackle rather than attacking the football.
And then right back out to Diggs. It's just pitch and catch. It looks just like last week. The Raiders' defense isn't challenging them. The offense is doing whatever they want.
Off to yet another slow start, this defense.
1st and 10, and Allen goes outside Diggs on a little RPO action, and Diggs picks up 5, and the corner's 10 yards off. They could run that all day long. The Raiders need to challenge them. 2nd and 5 now for Allen. Under center, and he's going right back out to Diggs. And this time, Hobbs can't even make the tackle, and it's another first down. Allen is 10 of 13 for 79 yards, and I am worried for this defense if this is how they're going to play all day. Allen's in the shotgun now. Outside to Dawson Knox, and Spillane's there, but he just makes a better play on it, was the tight end Knox.
I think one thing you have to think of is the time of possession for the offense. The Raiders' offense has been, like you said, abysmal, and absolutely no time of possession with the football. This one's ran outside.
That was a nice tackle, but it's a first down. Peters came up there and put his nose on it.
Defense has been out there for a very long time. After a devastatingly long first drive, they held them to 3, but the offense can't do much. Now it's back to being Buffalo football and another long drive.
Yeah, 2nd and 7. What's Allen going to do here? Josh Allen over the middle and wide open is Dawson Knox. Hobbs holds on to him for dear life, but it's 1st and goal for Buffalo now, and the worst thing you could do is go down multiple possessions against this Bills defense. Now it's 1st and 10. Damian Harris right up the middle, and he's carrying Diablo for a touchdown. There is just no fight with this team. They're just looking horrible and sluggish through the first 5 quarters of the season.
If you're a Raiders fan, you gotta. I don't know who you want to blame. There's so many people, and it almost comes down to coaching as well. So what's in?
That's a nice run by Jacobs. If your defense aren't getting the stops, and this is what we were saying in the preseason and in week 1, the Raiders need to be able to run the ball. It helps Garoppolo, the pass game, and the defense, and Jacobs gets the stretch now, and that's another nice run. It keeps you in front of the chains.
Had him in a nice hole there, but he couldn't execute. Got a good yardage, but had a much bigger play ahead of him.
Another handoff for Jacobs and another Raiders first down. This is what the Raiders got to do if they want to win and be in these games, really. They need to be able to run the ball and work off of that. 1st and 10 now. Garoppolo handed off to Jacobs, and he's buried. Von Miller just destroyed that play. 2nd and 13 now for Garoppolo. What's he going to do? He's under pressure. He goes outside. Hunter Renfrow. Renfrow surprised me. He was a guy that I thought maybe we would trade, but he's someone that I think he's performed pretty well so far. 3rd and 5 now. Garoppolo and another sack. There's no way he's getting away from Ed Oliver, and that's going to bring us to about the end of this first quarter already, because the Raiders are down 10-0, and it's not looking too promising, that's for sure.
Horrible first quarter there for the Raiders.
The Raiders did end up pinning the Bills at the 1-yard line, but we'll see what their defense can do if they can take advantage of this. Allen right outside to Dalton Kincaid, the rookie. He's a guy, they got 2 monsters at tight end, and Kincaid hasn't even been unleashed yet, and this is just going to get worse and worse for this Bills defense if they cannot stop them, and just another easy completion. Man, I think eventually the Raiders got to do something with the secondary, challenge these receivers, because it's just too easy. If you're going to give up the big play, it's better than slowly getting murdered down the field. Now Allen's got play action, and he's got Landry, who breaks a tackle, and he gets a big pickup. Another big play for the Bills are doing whatever they want. It really does look just like last week.
His eyes were downfield the entirety of that time. He was looking for Diggs, it seemed, but had to go to that shorter route.
Robert Spillane, and that is what the Raiders needed. Their first interception of the year. Can you believe that?
That's something I'd expect out of Josh Allen after that masterclass of the first 2 drives of this game.
And now the Raiders got to take advantage of that as Jacobs got the counter, but Bills are starting to sell out to that. They don't want him to be the one that beats them. 2nd and 10 now. Garoppolo's got to pass it. He's going to be looking, and he's under pressure, and he dumped it off to Jacob. That was a nice play, and Jacobs almost gets a first down on that. Jimmy Garoppolo is not known for his evade ability, but that was a nice little play. So it's
Got to wonder if his ankle is hurting after trying to evade that tackle.
3rd and 1, and Jacobs does get the first down. Yeah, that's something that we got to think about, and we got to monitor. How's his ankle going to be all day? Because he didn't practice much. 2nd and 10 now for the Raiders. The Raiders need to score and take advantage of that turnover if they want to have any shot in this game. As Garoppolo looks, he goes back outside in a diving reception there by Hunter Renfrow. Jimmy Garoppolo looks much more comfortable today, 6 of 9 for 60 yards. 1st and 10 is Garoppolo play action. He's going deep. He's got Myers, but he overthrows him. That could have been the first TD of the season. He was wide open.
Just as you were saying, he was comfortable.
3rd and 12, and he almost gets intercepted on that play. The Raiders, man, that was their chance. He was wide open. That is an easy pass in this NFL, and Garoppolo missed them.
One thing I noticed about Jimmy Garoppolo as the Raiders tack on 3 there is that once he starts to get a couple of bad plays going, they start to snowball, if you will.
Yeah, the Raiders have no room to really make any mistakes, and they got to capitalize on every single one they get. Last week, they got 3 points off the fumble, but it just fell apart from there after he threw the interception on the play-action pass. And this week, you get the turnover, and you can't capitalize with the touchdown, and Diggs is wide open. It's the same story on defense. They're not challenging these receivers. Allen's in the shotgun. He's looking, and he's going to go over the middle to Dawson Knox for another first down. He's already got 210 passing yards in this game, and we're barely through. We're not even at halfway through the second quarter yet. Now Allen play action, and he's got Landry again, wide open.
You got to wonder what exactly they were getting ready for, because it doesn't seem like they were getting ready for the Bills. The dynamic passing that Josh Allen brings to the table is they're in for 6.
It really is just, it looks like a high school defense out there. They're not doing nothing. They're not challenging anything. They're not doing anything correct. Where's Crosby? Where's Chandler Jones? Where are their good players? They're not getting after Allen at all. Jacobs gets the carry, and now this is not what you want to see. Devontae Adams is injured. He's holding, it looks like, his wrist. As Adams going into the locker room, and that is the worst thing that the Raiders could have happened to them. In 3rd and 8, Garoppolo, he's looking. He's going to go down the field, and he's got the rookie Mayer. That was a nice play by Garoppolo. And Garoppolo showed a little bit of mobility today, even with the ankle injury.
Surprising that Woodson's going to allow him to do all of this on the ankle.
Yeah. I think the Raiders got to do whatever they can, though, to try and score. And Garoppolo goes down again at Oliver. He's a guy that's playing for a new contract, and he's getting after Garoppolo, that's for sure. 3rd and forever, and he goes over the middle. He's got DeAndre Carter, but well short of a first down. Garoppolo, I'll say this. He does look better this week, but that's not saying much when you only score 3 points. Back again, they got pinned, but it's just so easy. I don't understand. Everything's wide open. Challenge him. 250 yards in the first half. He might go for 500 by the end of this, and again, just a short completion, and the Raiders aren't there to make the tackle. What do you think the answer is to fixing, like, the defense?
There's a lot of holes in this defense, and it doesn't seem like they're prepared right whatsoever. It's a lot of short dump offs, just as you saw another one right there. It just hasn't been there today for the Raiders.
Yeah, I mean, they need to go back and look at tape and fix something, because it's the same thing over and over again. Again, Diggs for a short completion, but it's making it so there's plays. 2nd and 4, and once again outside to Diggs, and Hobbs can't make the tackle, and Diggs got another first down. That might have been the 3rd time I've seen that play, and the Raiders have no answer for it.
It is the 3rd time that play has been ran and successful.
Now Allen, he spread it out, and once again, Jarvis Landry wide open. Nobody wanted Jarvis Landry. He's come to Buffalo, and he's had a big first game at home, really. He's absolutely destroyed the Raiders. So now it's 1st and 10. with the 2-minute warning, at the 2-minute warning, I should say, can the Bills score again on them? And now over the middle, Jarvis Landry. 309 yards from Josh Allen in this first half. It really can't get any worse. Now it's 3rd and 2. And hopefully the Raiders can at least hold them to 3 here. That would be nice.
Second time in a row, the Bills are switching the formation at the
3rd
line.
and 2, and maybe that's why they had the running back wide open. Allen definitely saw something in the defense. 2nd and 10 with 51 seconds. Once again, you're just hoping to hold them to 3 and keep it a 3-score game as Allen went deep and Gabe Davis wasn't open. The Raiders blitzed. They tried challenging him and they finally got something.
It's actually a great ball there by Allen.
3rd and 10, Allen Diggs, touchdown, Buffalo.
Yet another big play from their top guy.
Stephon Diggs is owning the Las Vegas Raider defense right now, and we're on the cusp of another blowout. 2nd and 5 with 20 seconds left. Garoppolo, and he goes down again. 3rd and 17. They're just going to hand it off and go to halftime down 21. The Raiders do get the ball, but man, it's not looking good at all. 57 passing yards to 336 is all you need to know. This has been brutal. So this is a halftime show, and I don't know what the Raiders are going to do to come back, but they just need to show some fight, honestly.
Yeah, the Raiders have looked. It's just really, really bad. Not even just offensively. It's been a heart. It's been their courage to try to fight. Defense has looked terrible. It's just been a very, very bad day if you're a Raiders fan.
I wouldn't even worry about the score at this point. They just need to show some fight.
I think they're game planning as well. Charles Woodson clearly did not scout this team correctly. I mean, a lot of the short stuff over the middle, and they haven't went up top too much. They haven't really thrown the deep ball. It's been within 20 yards.
Yeah. We are getting word now coming out of halftime. Devontae Adams will not come back with a broken thumb, we're getting word. So if the Raiders do want to come back, they're going to have to do it without him. They're going to start off with a handoff to Jacobs, and he picks up 4. It's the only thing that's worked is Josh Jacobs. But when you're down 21, how much can you really run the ball still? 2nd and 6 for Jimmy G. He's going to go over the middle out to Mayer, and the rookie tight end, he makes a nice play, but we'll see what the Raiders could do. They just got to show some fight. 2nd and 7 for Jimmy Garoppolo. He goes over the middle, but kind of to the outside to Hunter Renfrow. Renfrow's kind of kicked the slot position, and he's kind of taken over there a little bit today. He's definitely having a solid game.
Renfrow is a slight bright spot here.
1st and 10. Jimmy's going deep. He's got Jacobs on the wheel, and he overthrows him.
I don't know if that was an overthrow, actually. I kind of wanted to see that back. Jacobs looked like a lack of effort.
And now Garoppolo hits Renfrow, but 2 touchdowns Jimmy G has potentially missed. 1 to Myers and 1 to Jacobs. You can't have that. Now Jacobs gets the carry. He bounces it outside, one-on-one with Poyer, and he gets away from him but goes down to the 26. This is the best drive the Raiders has done all season. Now it's 1st and 10. Jacobs inside, and this is what they need to do. Stay in front of the chains and run the ball.
They got Jacobs going. It's a good side for the Raiders.
2nd and 2 now for Garoppolo, and he does play action, and he's going to get buried. They were not fooled on that, and he got absolutely blown up. 3rd and 11. Can the Raiders do something?
Visibly frustrated there from Garoppolo.
Outside, there's a flag down. This might be on the Bills. Let's see what it is. It's going to be pass interference on Teron Johnson. That is huge as the Raiders are set up at the 1. 2nd and goal. Can they punch it in for their first touchdown of the season? This is huge. It would be a 14-point game. They have a shot. Jacobs, and he gets blown up. This would be so devastating if they did all this and they can't score. 3rd and 2. Jacobs inside, touchdown Raiders. It only took 6+ quarters for them to score their first touchdown of the season. I'll say this, that was a good opening drive.
That was a different opening drive that I've seen, but Garoppolo's still not exactly hitting all the passes that we wanted him to see, but they ended it off with a touchdown and a good feeling if you're a Raiders fan after seeing that first drive.
Yeah, let's see if the defense now can do something. Allen over the middle to Shakir. Crosby was coming, but just a tad late. Allen with 360 through the air. They're at midfield. Our defense needs to make a play here. Allen over the middle to Gabe Davis for another first down, and there it is, the missed tackling. If you're going to give up short plays, you got to make the tackles. You can't mess up both. 3rd and 10 now for Allen. This is big. Maybe we can hold him to 3. If we get a sack, we get him out of... No. Allen deep. Peters, and he dropped it.
Can't have that.
You got to take advantage of that. Let's see if Tyler Bass can kick it in. Oh, my goodness. And he's going to drill it. So the Peters missed interception, the Crosby missed sack leads to 3. Another miscue by the Raiders.
A game-changing interception there would have totally flipped the tide towards the Raiders' side, and
Jacobs gets the carry. He's bouncing it. Josh Jacobs, man, he is the heart and soul of this team. But yeah, those 3 points, it could have been a 14-point game, and we could make it a 1-possession game if the Raiders could score here. But miss opportunities as Garoppolo throws a screen out to Jacobs, makes another nice play. Josh Jacobs, definitely, he is someone that we need to have on this team long term for sure, and he's going to be someone we're going to look to lock up.
Carrying the team on the back.
3rd and 10 for Jimmy G, and goes down again. We're missing Colton Miller, but this offensive line the first 2 weeks of the season look like they're on skates. And Garoppolo getting up a little slow there. Hopefully his ankle isn't too hurt. 2nd and 8 now, and this could be a put-away type drive for Allen, and he faked out everybody, and Josh Allen up to the 36. His first time running. 2nd and 2 now for the Bills. They're about at midfield with 2:30 left in the 3rd. Allen's going to run play action, and he's going deep to Diggs and wide open. I don't think the Raiders have any kind of answer. Their personnel isn't there, and the play calls are getting carved up.
Play action's been there all day for Allen. He's executed perfect.
3rd and 9 now for Allen. We'll see what they could do here. Outside, and he misses. He misses Dawson Knox. That's rare for Josh Allen to miss an open throw like that. But Tyler Bass, once again, is going to add another 3. And just now, it's 20 points again. 2 drives giving up field goals. Last drive was, I just think, disheartening. That interception or the sack could have been huge. Garoppolo now 3rd and 4 and another dead drive. The offensive line, man, we got to fix it. I don't know if the personnel is here really to compete this year, though. It's not looking good. We're in the 4th quarter now, and the Bills look like they're just going to chug along here, try to run down this clock. 2nd and 6. Oh, boy. Another handoff. Damian Harris up the middle, and more missed tackles, and the Raiders are getting killed.
They've been able to find holes through that defensive line all day long, and it's been just a masterpiece dealt up here by Josh Allen.
You got to wonder if the offense for the first 2 weeks for the Broncos and the Bills are just that good, or the defense is just that bad.
Truly, it is 100% that the defense is this bad, especially when it comes down to the amount of points scored.
Yeah, it's 3rd and 1. Can we hold him to another field goal? Allen play action. He's under pressure, and he throws, and that should have been picked. I don't know how many times I could say the miscues, the missed opportunities by the Raiders.
That was a very, very questionable ball there for Josh Allen to throw.
Allen's given him a few gifts.
That's one thing that Allen has always been able has done. He's a turnover guy when it comes to it.
Jimmy, 3rd and 4. He's going to go out to Renfro, but this game's pretty much over. They're not coming back 23 points. They've only scored 16 all season. Jimmy, he's going to go outside, and that's a nice catch by the rookie tight end Mayer. Jimmy G didn't play bad today, I'll say that, but for him to win, you need to have things go right, and when nothing's going right, he's not going to be the guy that leads you to a win. That was a beautiful throw.
He's starting to take some shots downfield.
That might have been his best throw as a Las Vegas Raider, honestly. 1st and 10, Jimmy G play action, and he's going to get sacked and lose the football. Luckily, we do fall on it. The sacks and the lack of defense is what has killed us. 2nd and 24, what's Jimmy G going to do now? He's going to scan the field, try to go to Renfro, but picked off. His first interception of the game, and can't really blame him. There's nothing there, and Dane Jackson collects his first pick of the season.
Yet again, hit as he's thrown, and the pressure that's been on Jimmy Garoppolo from the defensive end has been incredible.
And Damian Harris takes it right up the middle. And to add more salt on the wound, the Buffalo Bills have put up 40 points on the Raiders. And now, as this game ends, they're about to score again. Diggs, easy touchdown. And the Raiders are going to be losing here 47-10. Just a disheartening loss once again. And it never felt like the Raiders were in like contention to win this game, really. 46-10. The other game was 56-6. This has to be one of the worst starts for a head coach ever.
Yet another disappointing first two games of the season here for the Raiders.
Well, next week the Raiders do head home to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And luckily the Steelers don't have an elite offense, at least yet. So we'll see how second-year quarterback Kenny Pickett does. Both teams are coming in desperate. They're both going to be 0-2, but I'm nervous to play against that defense. TJ Watt, Minka Fitzpatrick, it's not going to be pretty. It really isn't. And so hopefully we could turn this season around. The Raiders have not looked good at all.
Bad display. Truly not something you want to do. And hopefully Charles Woodson takes a look at himself in the mirror and gets himself ready for week 3, because it's judgment time for Las Vegas Raiders fans to really see what Charles Woodson can bring to the table.